All right, y'all, it's time for some more NBA free agency talk in the Chicago Bulls. My Chicago Bulls and Zach Lavine agreed to a 5-year, $215. Yes, I said $215 million max contract as announced this past Friday, right? And a lot of the Bulls fans and other NBA fans are left wondering, was this the right move for the Chicago Bulls? Are the Chicago Bulls making the right move by signing Zach Lavine to a max contract for $215 million? And I say absolutely, unequivocally, yes, right? This was a move that the Bulls needed to make in order not to regress, right? If you want to keep the team chemistry and team morale high, you have to pay one of the best players. This was also a good move for the organization morale. Jerry Reinsdorf and the Chicago Bulls organization have been known to be cheap. They don't want to pay guys money that they're supposed to be paid, which is why we always fall short in free agency. They haven't done certain players right in the past, sometimes. And Chicago organizations in general have been known to just be cheap all across the board, whether it's the Bulls, whether it could be the the Bears, whether it could be the White Sox, so on and so forth. This is a move in the right direction for us to look good across the league and say, you know what? The Chicago Bulls organization is turning a new leaf. They will pay the guys who are the top guys. They will pay you to stay there, to keep their organization thriving and possibly have championship hopes. If we lose Zach Lavine, what are we going to replace him with? I don't know. Y'all, people were saying, I saw Bulls fans saying we need to get rid of him. We need to get him up out of here. My answer to that was, what are we going to replace him with? Who can we put in there in order to swap out their production? We can't. As much as people like to try to criticize, and listen, I've criticized Zach Lavine at times, but guys that average 25, 5, and 5, shooting 50% from the field and 40% from three, don't grow on trees, y'all. They don't grow on trees. I know people like to criticize Zach for late game decision making, for taking some ill-advised shots at times because he doesn't have the best shot IQ during the games sometimes, but he is still, without a doubt, one of the best players in the NBA and one of the best shooting guards, hands down, in his league. It's not many that's better. I really can't name. Devin Booker not better than him to me, and I told y'all this before. He's not to me. He's in a better situation with a Hall of Fame point guard like Chris Paul, and they had a better team with a whole bunch of shooters all around the board and all across the board, but he's not a better player than Zach to me, right? And another team would have loved to scoop Zach up off the open market without question. They would have got him and swooped him up just like that in a heartbeat. And we would have been left with nothing. So do we want to lose a top player for absolutely nothing? Hell no. We can't afford to lose our star player for nothing. It wouldn't have made sense. So in that situation, we would have been left with what? DeMar and Vooch leading the organization. And as much as I love DeMar, right? Listen. DeMar and Vooch are not in their prime. They are not the future of the Bulls organization. They got a few more years left, and then they're going to be on the backside of things from what I believe. I predict that, right? Zach Lavine is young. He's in his prime. Of all the players that we have on our roster, Zach Lavine is the one that's in his prime. We need to keep him here, right? To at least be at the same level as last year, or more importantly, like I said, to increase team and organization morale. Whether fans like it or not, and this is the thing, because a lot of fans are, I don't want to give a guy that much money. That's too much money for him to be making. Whether fans like it or not, Zach Lavine's market value shows he is a max contract guy. The market value for a player of his production, that is max contract type level. And if DeMar DeRozan wasn't there, Zach he easily could have averaged 30, 31 a game. And guys like that get paid max contract money. I'm sorry, he only averaged 25 because he's playing alongside of DeMar DeRozan, who was averaging about 26, almost 27 a game. That's the only reason he didn't get that 30-point limit, that 30-point mark. He would have easily gotten that if he didn't have DeMar DeRozan on the squad, right? But he does. But you still got to look at his production and say that is what the market dictates for a guy of that level, for a guy that puts up that type of those type of statistics, that type of numbers. In this league, you have to pay your top guys bread. You have to pay that bread, or you're gonna lose your star player, and you're gonna prevent other players from wanting to come to your team because they're gonna look at the Chicago Bulls and say, you know what? Chicago don't pay their guys. They ain't paying their guys that's supposed to be paid. They ain't paying to keep certain guys on the rosters. They're not paying to keep certain guys of a certain ilk on a team. Why should I go there? They're going to treat me the same way. They're not going to view me as a guy, as an asset to the team, and they're going to try to lowball me, you know what I mean, or not want to pay me when that time comes. And that's why guys don't come to the team. I don't believe it's just always just the cold weather, because guys used to go to New York and stuff like that too. And guys go to these other teams where it's not a big market, and markets really don't matter no more because of social media. Social media, you can play in Milwaukee and be a superstar like Giannis, right? You can play in Detroit. You can play in Orlando. If you are that guy, you are that guy. And social media has now created an environment or a realm for guys to be ultra marketable no matter what. So a lot of the reason why guys didn't come to the Bulls organization is because we have been known to be cheap in Chicago. But like I said, keeping Zach Lavine, let other free agents know that the Bulls are serious about trying to be a championship contending team. And trying to win for real. Some other role players that we need to fill out this team can look at that and say, you know what, Chicago owning something. They trying to do something for real. I'm gonna go over there with them. Now I believe. Let me look this up because I believe the Bulls have signed Andre Drummond. Let me look and see. I believe they signed Andre Drummond. I know they signed Goran Dragic. And I'm not sure what that is about. We are so guard oriented. We need some more big men. I believe they have signed Andre Drummond though. And that is a good thing if we have signed Andre Drummond because we need, let me look it up. Andre Drummond. Let's see. Have we signed Andre Drummond? It said he was finalizing a deal with the Bulls 4 days ago. I don't know if I think he has signed. I think he has signed with the Bulls. I believe so. Right? Yeah, I think he has. Right? So that's a move in the right direction for this organization, man. But you had to keep Zach Lavine here. You have to. You can't replace that. Who are we gonna? We're gonna let him walk for nothing, and then we don't get nothing in return. We're not getting these big name dudes. We're gonna get guys of lesser value, and then have to throw a whole bunch of money at them, knowing that they are guys of lesser value than Zach Lavine. Zach Lavine can hit you big, prominent shots. He's a big shot maker. Seriously, right? And I know people are going to say, you know what? He didn't give us our best effort at times. He looked like he could be lethargic. He didn't look like he was into it at the end of the seasons at certain times. But we got to remember that Zach Lavine played through 2 injuries during the season. An injury on a non-shooting hand, which he played through great. And then a knee injury. He kept having to get his knee drained and stuff like that. He was having knee issues at times. And he played through that and tried to give his best effort, right? And I believe at times that knee was getting to him, and he had to fall back and let DeMar DeRozan take the reins at times. Now he's gonna come back refreshed, more healthy. He got that max contract. He got that contract that he's been looking for and wanting. He knows he is the guy in Chicago. He the top paid player on the organization. And he knows he has to play as such. He knows he has to live up to this contract. So he gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna come out and ball. He's gonna have a whole different determination and a whole different swagger to himself because he knows the Chicago Bulls fans are expecting a lot of him, right? We ain't looking at him to be like, oh, just all right. He know we looking at him to be that guy and be that man, and I think he's going to deliver just that. Last year I predicted that he would be the MVP of the league. That didn't turn out to be the case. But I'm still optimistic that he could possibly be that. I don't care. When guys get paid, some guys either just relax and rest on their laurels. Some other guys, they look at that and say, you know what? I'm here to prove that I got my money. I'm here to prove that I am worth every single penny, and I should get another max contract after this, goddammit. And I think that is what Zach Lavine is out to do. He set his sights on proving that he's worth every penny and that he should get another one in the future. And I think he wants to set his own legacy. I think he wants to be a guy who helps bring Chicago back into prominence and help win a championship because we ain't won one since his airness left, since Michael Jeffrey Jordan left. We ain't won nothing, right? And so we haven't even been to the finals since then. I believe that Derrick Rose could have taken us to that promised land, but unfortunately, he was met with a lot of injuries that negated him from doing so. So now we have another young guy who's got a head of steam. They paid D Rose his money too. I can say that they paid Derrick Rose. D Rose had almost $100 million deal, 94 mil or something like that. He signed after the rookie extension, I believe. So, and that was a lot of money at that time. Now today's time, D Rose would have got 200 mil without question. He would have got that bread, right? But different time. Got these TV deals that came about. Players are getting paid more money. And they getting to see all of that bread. And again, the market dictates a guy like Zach Lavine getting the money he's supposed to get. What were we supposed to do? I think we're going to get a new and motivated Zach Lavine. He's going to improve on his decision making late in games, his shot selection during the games, during the late stretches. And I believe he's going to show that he's worth that type of bread, and he's going to deliver big for the Chicago Bulls organization. Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all leave y'all comments in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.